All right, yes, people, welcome to the Real Talk Football TV Premier League Monday night debate show. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Got myself, Shaq Tobias in the building. All right, Premier League. I don't know how you can actually put these games together. Like all the games you think teams would have won, they didn't win. Like Man United on a good run, getting smashed.
But
Arsenal.
you know what? You're a scumbag, you know. Why you have to mention
I'm just saying the truth, man. I'm just saying the truth.
you could have started plenty other places, man.
I was about to come to Chelsea. Chelsea getting that work by Arsenal. Arsenal looking the real deal. Watching that game, I thought, you know what?
Dead guy.
Uh, nah, bro. I thought Arsenal done a job on them. I thought
No,
Arsenal
they
just
did.
looked more. Oh, they done a job. I thought Chelsea a weird side. They just got a bunch of just individuals. It's just a bunch of just random footballers all put together. It feels like that Bowley's done Football Manager. Just looked on what guys he wanted and has went, yep, I want him.
No chemistry.
None whatsoever. It's like FIFA, in it.
Yeah,
It's like 90,
no green light
92,
anywhere.
no chemistry whatsoever. It was mad. But yeah, like breaking news: Liverpool put up for sale. You know, this has come from nowhere. Well, rumors said it hasn't come from nowhere. They've been trying to look for buyers for a couple of years now. They've been putting it out. But I feel it's time for these guys to pack up and leave. They've you know what? People always say like FSG in, FSG out. I'm not really bothered, to be fair. I just want ambitious owners, and I think they've just took it as far as it can go. They've won every trophy available. The squad they've put together, and they done the biggest thing. They got the right people in: Klopp, Edwards, and I just feel now with the owners that Man United have got, they still could spend money. Chelsea have got, Newcastle, City. This sell to buy business is not sustainable, and I think what they thought is financial fair play would be cool, and they could use that. But financial fair play is a myth. It don't work. You could do what you want, really. And with Newcastle coming to the mix, and I think as well, do you think it's a cop out that they know now this is the first time they're under serious pressure because the team's aging, and
You
now
know
they've
that they
just
have to spend money, bro. That's what it
yeah,
is. They rinsed your club, yeah, full of every saleable asset, even down
straight,
to the last one being Mane.
yeah, they've got nothing else there.
That's it. Like they've gone. Well, now we've got to heavily invest in the squad.
Yeah,
How long? And then they're probably looking at it like, how long is Klopp realistically? Not because of what he's been doing, just because of longevity. How long do you see
yeah,
a manager
yeah,
there for like over 10 years nowadays? So he's
yeah,
coming to that point. So they've got to think, okay, if I invest now in a squad for Klopp, then potentially Klopp could be here for another 3 years, 4 years. You
mm,
never know. But potentially you could be looking at it again. Investment in new manager, starting all over again. They're not
yeah.
built for all of that. They're not in it for the long. They got
No,
their
they're
foot
not.
out of it. They were like, yes, that would be
100%.
nice. But they've been there
100%.
since 2010, haven't they?
Yeah, 2010, February 2010,
So the
and you got
legends.
100%, and like, no matter what you say about them, I'm not really the biggest fans, but this is the golden era I have seen Liverpool in my lifetime. That what we've had. It's been to me, it's been a
Your
golden era.
golden era has been dead, boy.
Yeah, shut up, man. Fucking idiot. It's been a golden era. We've won every trophy,
Stop. Just call
bruv.
it the
It's
era, bruv. Don't call it the golden
golden. It's
era, bruv.
golden.
Don't call it
When
the
we
golden.
go, listen, when we go back to 10, 12 years, it's the
Don't start
golden
talking
era,
about runners-up trophies, bruv. I don't want to hear about it. Yeah.
bruv. I'm not
Just,
talking about,
just call it an era, yeah? We just call that an
bruv.
era.
It's not an era. It's a
Can we
golden
call
era.
it an era, please?
We've won every trophy. Let me talk, man. Every trophy available: FA Cup, Carling Cup, Champions League, Super League, League.
How
So
many
in
times?
12, yeah, it doesn't matter. We've won it all.
No,
In
no, but
12,
I'm asking you, it does matter because I'm
once,
asking you
once,
context.
once. It's not over yet. It's not over
Okay.
yet. So once, yeah. So we won it once.
Yeah.
So in 12 years, they've done all that. They've bought the club when it. We've bought the club. They bought the club when it was on its knees for like, what was it 270 million?
300, I think, 300 mil.
Well, just under 300 mil. I think it was about 280, just under 300. and now it's worth about 4 billion. So they've done their job. They've revamped Anfield. They made it to a 60,000 seater. They've got a new training facility.
I don't know how they propped up 60,000 seats in that dead stadium, bro. It's a myth. No, I'm not even
Fucking hater, man. What a hater.
No.
What a hater. What a hater. Don't ever call my Anfield dead. You're flipping a hater. What a hater. What a hater. You're talking, man's talking about Old Trafford, you know, AKA Old Toilet. Flipping it. The flipping lights are coming off and all of that. All,
Yeah, man,
all
we've got leaks. We've got leaks, bro. We've got
leaks
fundamental
everywhere.
issues, but we're not talking about us right now.
Yeah, that's what you started the beef in it. You started the beef, and we are talking
We're
about
not
us.
talking about us. We're talking about you, innit?
Don't worry, we'll be talking about you lot in a minute anyway. 3-1,
Prop that up
don't
on
worry, don't worry.
Picks, you know. These lot killed it. These lot absolutely killed it, boy. Just got Bob the Builder from down the road. Throw that up. Probably got about 5 years in it. Max, them top tiers.
Have you ever been Anfield? You've never been Anfield. Don't ever talk about it.
I drove past that shit, oh man, spat on my way. Why would I go there? Why would I want to? Why would I really want to go there?
Flipping hater, bro. Like, why are you trying to deflect what we're talking about? Innit?
No,
like,
I'm not.
Like, 60,000. 60,000 we've got at Anfield, yeah. Anfield, 60,000. They've built a new training
You're talking
ground.
about 60,000, bro. We've been there since what? Since early 2000s, my guy. Like, forget all of that. So, like, you're talking like this is new.
Yeah, but listen. I'm trying to tell you what I think FSG have done. What is good? They've revamped Anfield. They've built a new stadium. They built a new training ground. They've built a squad. What was elite, but it's coming to the end. They've brought in a manager who is a generational manager, still, in my opinion, the best manager in Europe. They bring in Michael Edwards, which is left, who was a guru who made all these sales, getting 20 mil for Solanke, 20 mil for I. He's an elite businessman, and now he's gone. But who they've brought in, they've been very clever, and for under 3 million, now they're going to sell it for most probably over 4 billion. I think they just took it as far as it can go. I think they've done their job. And they know they're under serious pressure to revamp this team.
No, they know that next stops is heavy investment. I don't think you'll get away with what you've done previously.
No.
You don't. No. Not even. You know what it is. It's even if you tried to do it, fans will be onto you straight away.
Yeah, 100%.
One of those ones. If you tried to buy like the sort of ones for the future or sort of a 30 million pound player, for some reason, fans look at the value in the seat. They just think that automatically means a world-class player, but it's not. It's not the case.
No, not at all.
I don't think you get that leeway no more.
I think if the team was better than what it is, I could see them going for someone like a Tielemans free transfer.
I think they still go for a Tielemans though.
Yeah, but you go for a Tielemans, but you still get your two main guys in, if you know what I mean. So if you go for 3 midfield players, you get 2 top midfield players who walk straight in the team, and then you've got a Tielemans who can rotate with a Thiago or Fabinho. And that works. But it feels like a few years back, they would have brought Tielemans and that's it. Where now, I think it's not like the fans have got onto them. It's like, okay, now, you've used money for Coutinho, used it wisely. You've sold Mane. You've brought in Nunes. Like you said, there's no more resale players to resell and revamp the squad. So now they have to go in their pockets, and the team needs a massive rebuild. So they say to themselves, shit, like we have to spend.
Not only the rebuild, it's like all the players that you're bringing in and all the players that contracts have got to be renewed. You're looking at the 200 marks. They're not into it. This is they're not into paying all them wages there.
That's
like Tottenham was back, bro. They said, yeah, okay, I'll give you this contract, but I'm out. They said, forget all of this. They're not 100%. Built.
No, 100%. Like that, and I think as well, the Super League not happening, financial fair play is a myth. They can't compete with Man United. They financially, they can't compete with Chelsea. They can't compete with Arsenal. tell you the truth, they can compete. They just don't want to compete. That's it. They're about to say they're not, like you said.
They're not
It's
in
not
it
like
for the love for the game. They're in it to
no.
make money. And like I've said it before. Like, what's the expectation of owners? If people expect owners to come in like the Man City owners and Newcastle owners and PSG owners, it's not going to be that.
Or Abramovich.
You're going to get owners that really, and this is why you got a lot of American owners in the Premiership at the minute, because it makes money. Potentially, you can make money from it. They're all about making money, man. Like, bottom line, this is it. So,
but sport and football is a unique job, because a unique business, because you have to kind of keep the fans happy, if you know what I mean. You got to have a good balancing act. So you're in it for money, but you can't be too stingy, because the fans will be on your back. Then there'll be pressure for you to sell.
It's harder now than what it was back in the day, though, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%.
Like, we're talking this day and age, like right now, today, it's horrendous, man.
Yeah, it's mad. Because
it's a horrendous time to be in.
One, everybody's got money. Two, everybody's got an opinion. So you can't hide. Like, so before, Man United, Chelsea's at the time when it was at its peak, Man United, Chelsea had the most money, and they could cherry pick everybody's players. Now they can't do that. Even if you want to cherry pick a mid-table team, you're paying serious P, because the owners don't need the money, because they've got money already.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that's what I'm saying. So it's a bad one. I think overall they've done a decent job, but they've done some stuff what have been shady, like the Super League and all of that. So
yeah, but then
I'm putting up the prices at the time when Liverpool were terrible, and Liverpool had to walk out. Liverpool fans had to walk out.
But you're asking for owners to understand English football when they're American.
Mm.
Like, the franchise and the Super League nonsense is the way they do all their sports over there.
Yeah, it's normal. That's
so
normal.
Yes, furious, of course, but surprised? No, you can't be. Like, and they was obviously surprised at the backlash, because they thought they was doing nothing wrong. They thought, but they don't realize tradition is what makes up majority of the game, doesn't it?
And especially in England.
Yeah, especially in England. But in fair play, Bayern, the Germans are down with it as well. Only the Barcelona's, the Real Madrids are in their own league anyway, and obviously financially they're struggling. So they just wanted to keep that gravy train coming.
And do you think, like, sometimes you got to think to yourself, be careful what you wish for? Because imagine if we get owners now who are just basically there just to
Hicks and Gillett.
Yeah, imagine if you get one of them, and that's what I'm saying. So
imagine if you get an Arab.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. And that's what I'm saying. So if you get an Arab or a Russian, and what Liverpool kind of stand for, and the ethics and all the morals of Liverpool, they couldn't get an Arab in, if you know what I mean, or Saudi in, because basically
you're going to get a Todd Bowling.
But I don't know. So that's what I'm saying. So personally, I don't want to go too much into it, but if you're a billionaire, you've got to be doing something, a bit nuts, if you know what I mean. So I know politically it's a bit nuts.
Get one of them Nigerian billionaires, hopefully.
There you go. Listen, I don't care, to tell you the truth, I don't care who we get, to be fair. As long as we're ambitious and we try and compete with the big sides, because you want to take over. Look at Liverpool. You don't need to do much with Liverpool. The fan base is there. The stadium is there. The training ground's there. You've got an elite managers there. It just needs a revamp. It just needs a refresh of a team. So everything's in place.
How's Klopp going to feel about new owner?
100%. And that's the problem. That's the problem, because Klopp likes the relationship he has with FSG, because he's never said anything bad or even put subliminals in there to say, you know what, they're taking a piss. He's always defended them all the time, no matter what. Even when fans are on their case, he's always defended FSG. So And Klopp's a person, he likes to know who he's working with and who he can kind of, like have a good relationship with. I don't know if Klopp would have, I don't know, say example, Saudi owners, what they kind of stand for, if you know what I mean.
Can
Because
you have another? Can you have another one of those owners in the league? Though? The free spendings. A
that's
free
about, I
spending owner.
I don't know. But
Do
yeah,
you know what? Would you want that though?
I don't know. I don't know, but I don't know. I don't even want to go too much into it, but what's the difference between them and say an American billionaire owners or billionaire owners in
I
general?
don't think I'm not saying Saudi or I'm saying Abramovich is the same, isn't it?
Yeah.
Would you want a free spending sort of chairman?
But okay, so how do Liverpool in the long run compete if they don't have a free spending chairman? How do you compete? I don't understand how are Liverpool going to compete long term with, forget Arsenal out of the way because they're just doing their thing right now, competing with the elites. To me, the elites at the moment in the English football are Liverpool, Manchester City, Man United, and Chelsea. So take Liverpool. So Man United, Chelsea, Man City. How are Liverpool going to cope with the spending power? What these three clubs can do? How do we stay with that?
But
Because
we
you
have
can't.
spending power, but we don't utilize the maximum amount of spending power we potentially have. That's the craziest thing.
And 100%, and we've come to that. But sooner or later, you are going to get it right. That's what I'm saying. So you haven't utilized your spending power for about 10 years, really. But eventually, you're going to get it right. It has
Not
to
if
come right.
not
You
if
can't
the
just.
not if the people making the decisions are making the decision based off other reasons other than footballing reasons.
Mm,
You
mm.
can't like, and if you're going to hire a manager, then I suspect you've got to give the manager what he wants. Otherwise, what are you hiring?
But it'd be interesting with Klopp because Klopp's not had serious money, if you know what I mean. It's weird.
He's always said he doesn't want serious money.
But he knows he has to have serious money now. I know 5 years ago he said that, but the game's changed. Money's changed. So you have to have serious money to win eventually. That's why you're being pipped to the post a few times because Man City have the better spending power and the better depth of squad. So it'd be interesting if Klopp did have 200 million or 250 million pounds to spend.
What are you saying, Mbappe?
2023, come on. He never come to the Prem. He's Real Madrid all over. He never come to the Prem. But if they get Champions League, Bellingham, that's who Klopp wants. So there's no excuse if you've got an owner who's ambitious. And I think one thing with owners, when they're new, they want to not show off, but they want to show the fans that they're about this life. They're serious about what they're doing.
So, if they've been looking for a couple of years, how come they haven't sold?
Because maybe they haven't got the right person. And I think 4 billion's a lot. Okay, so I'm trying to think as a business point of view, if you buy Liverpool for 4 bill, how much profit are you going to actually make in the long run? Can it get any higher? Because they got to Liverpool at the right time. 10 years ago, on its knees, cut price, 300 mil, say 300 mil. Now they've made a massive profit. They're going to sell for excess over 4 billion.
How much did
So
Chelsea sell for? 2.5.
2.5? Is it 2.5? Yeah, and Chelsea can't compete with Liverpool when it comes to worldwide fan base. They can't. To me, there's only 4 clubs really: AC Milan, Man United, Real Madrid, Barcelona, who could talk to Liverpool when
But
it
if they've
comes
been
to.
looking for a while, then you're looking at Todd Bowley, potentially. Then you
Mm,
could have had the Saudis, Newcastle
mm,
owners,
yeah,
potentially.
yeah.
Potentially, you could have Abramovich. Abramovich is looking for another club, isn't he?
But it's a tricky one because I know Liverpool as a football club, they stand for morals, and so I just don't know if a Saudi owner could actually take over Liverpool Because I've seen it on social media. Some people said we'd rather get relegated than have Saudi owners, than oil money. I think what the problem is that Liverpool fans have killed Man City for so long about oil money, and then if you join the camp now, like the biggest hypocrites, I don't know. You know what? I just want owners who are ambitious, who want to win, and I look at that Liverpool team, especially in 2018. Well, to me, we was the best team in Europe. We won the Champions League, but we were number one. Teams we had Salah, Mane, Van Dijk, all between 25 and 27 in their peak, and they didn't kick on. So we only won one, where this team should have won 2 or 3 league titles minimum. Minimum won 2 or 3 titles, and we didn't. We only won one, and now we've got an aging squad who are getting old together, and now it's a massive rebuild. And FSG have looked at it and like, nah, fuck this. It's time to sell. That's what it feels like. They looked at it like, you know what, we're under pressure now. We've got to put money in our pockets. And they might think to themselves, you know what, 300 mil, if we get 4 bill, that's a massive, massive profit. And we can go.
And they demand 4 bill though.
They'll get 4 billion for Liverpool easily. If Chelsea went for 2.5 billion, Liverpool go double. But my problem is that as a businessman, how much would you make off of Liverpool if you do buy? Say if you sell it in 10 years' time, does it triple again? I don't know. And that's the problem. They built it, like I said, they bought it at the right time. So I'm thinking to myself, 4 bill, how much are you gonna actually make? So it's gonna be, or they get shareholders. What the rumors are is that they get shareholders in, and say a shareholder takes like 20-30% of the stake. So
that don't work though, because then if that person's got 20-30%, it's never going to work, is it? Because they're going to want total control in the end. They're not going to want to be some sideman sitting on the
straight. And
I've got all the millions in this club, and I've just got a vote like any ordinary man on the board.
Yeah, straight. You can't. They don't want to. You can't have 2 bosses.
No,
you can't.
So didn't Arsenal have that without Gazidis?
At
one point, and that was just constant back and forth.
In
the papers, isn't it, about ownership?
Yeah. So it'd be interesting. I think they've took it as far as they can go, and I think they have done a good job. If you look at the players they've brought in, but they've done some fucked up shit as well, like the Super League, putting the prices up. But as a business, I'm trying to look at your business hat on. You can understand it, but yeah, I think overall they've done a good job. But as far as it can go, they can't compete. They don't want to compete. Actually, not even saying can't. They don't want to compete with Man United. They don't want to compete with Chelsea or City or even Newcastle now, because now they know they got to spend serious money, and it's like, you know what, this is long. All right, Potter. Is Potter under pressure? Like, it's mad, you know. I think it's social media, because how can Potter? You know what? How can Potter be under pressure already? I know Arsenal comprehensively beat them. They beat them up. They made Chelsea
but they've got injuries. We said it. They've got injuries to key players.
Yes, I know they have got injury to key players, but they did get beat up. It wasn't even close. I didn't think Chelsea laid a glove on Arsenal, to be fair.
But Potter's inherited a team that he's got no input with.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, zero input to that team.
But don't you think Potter's come in there just to coach and make them better? Because Potter doesn't really have the manpower to go out and buy this player, that player, because he's never managed a top club. Is he going in there just to make them better and make the team play better football? Because I don't think he has the power to go out and buy these type of players, because he's never done it before.
If he's not been involved in any form of recruitment at Brighton, then whoever's the technical director or DOF at Brighton, someone needs to steal straight away, because they've got a conveyor belt of players coming through. Like, they just sell, come out of a next one. Who's this Matoma, this Japanese guy?
Yeah.
He looked decent in the last couple of games.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Garcido, yeah, we were looking at him, but they got it over the line somehow.
Yeah.
He's looking like sold Basuma for under what they should have sold him because he was in his last year of his contract. But now you've got a
This guy
ready-made
could be
replacement.
better, and he could
Yeah,
be better.
so you just don't know.
I don't think he's under pressure. I think
he can't be.
he can't. He needs to, but I do think he needs to get top 4 minimum though, or you could
Okay,
get Sakic.
so if we're saying now, yeah, how long? Because if you look at Arsenal, like let's be honest, Arteta hasn't pulled up trees other than the FA Cup win in his first season, which arguably wasn't his squad. Not arguably, but factually wasn't his squad. And what has he finished? 8th, 7th, 8th in the last. This is his 4th year, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then, so if you look at it like that, finally they're getting it right. So how long realistically are you meant to give a manager these days, with all the pressures that are there?
No, 100%, 100%. Klopp spent 625 million on his arrival. He plays proper role well. I respect the hell out of him. Refreshing from the kick and chase shithousery of Fergie. I like Stu Mac. That is quality.
He just Stu Mac support though. That's what I want to know. Because he can't be throwing shade like that. I'm not wearing it, so.
Oh God, no, it's true.
Stu Mac's going in.
Yeah, no, 100%. No, it's true. But yeah.
But realistically, how long do you give a manager these days? Because I'm looking at Ten Hag now, and yes, we look at the results he's had. He's been battered a couple of times. He's been naive in probably all of the losses, I feel. But how long can you give a manager these days? Especially at a club like Liverpool, United, Chelsea. Like, how long do they get?
You know what? I just think it will same thing with Conte. I think
that's what I was just about to say.
It's mad because I've seen Spurs fans. I saw it on TalkSport. One Spurs fan said, "I don't care if we win trophies. I just want to see good football." And that, when I heard that, to me, like I've said, no disrespect to Spurs. Since I've been growing up, I've never seen Spurs win. To me, Spurs have never been a club where I've looked at and thought they've been a threat. So, for me to hear that, I would rather play good football and not win anything. To me, that just shows a mentality that you don't actually care about winning. Because you've got an elite manager who is a born winner, proven winner. And I know the football might not be as easy on the eye like a Pep or Klopp. But you look at the squad is average, bang average. I think people forget. People go like Eric Dyer is peak Chiellini and Bonucci. It's Eric Dyer. They got Davis.
Killed 2 seasons ago.
Yes, I'm saying. He wasn't even playing. They've got Davis, Sessegnon, who wasn't even playing. Emerson Royale, come on, bruv.
Like, you know what? Yeah, I find it hard to criticize Emerson Royale just because of the fact that he's the only player I don't even want to kill him because he invests in himself. I don't know how or where it's showing, but you not heard how much money he's meant to have spent on his development. So he must have been dire.
Terrible, mate. Emerson Royale, bro. Like, if you look at these players,
it's the look away that kills him. Just don't do stupid stuff. You know what I mean? Why are you doing lookaways?
I know, but if you look at if you deep their players, yeah, take Son and Kane out of the equation. Everybody else, I like Bentancur. No, I could have guessed. Yes. But if you look at the players he's bought, Conte's bought like that, success. Bentancur, success. I don't know. Højbjerg was a Mourinho signing, but Højbjerg's a good player. Højbjerg's always been a good player.
Bentancur,
Bentancur, good player. So if you look at the players he's bought, most of them have been successes, and he's only have really one transfer window. So for Spurs fans to cuss him and say the football's boring and rare tear, the team's not good enough. So what do you want him to go out there and just play expansive football, get beat up, and then you cuss him.
Yeah, but the way he lined up against you was.
Yeah, but Tobias, they had no
I know they
Kulukesi
got
was on the bench.
injuries. I know they got injuries.
No Richarlison, no Son. That's three of your best players.
Kulu was unfit.
Yeah, 3 of your 4 best players. 1 was fit, 3 were injured, and one was on the bench. But basically, 1's come back from injury, 2 are out. So that's like you taking out, I don't know, for your team, Casemiro, Bruno Fernandes, and Martinez.
You took out Varane straight away. You took out
Varane. That's what I'm saying.
And Bruno
there you go.
Midfield the other day, and we got spanked.
You get spanked. You ain't winning. So you got to look at that. They don't have the squad of Man City where they can take out 3 of their best players and bring in the players who are sub, and the level doesn't really drop. So you can't really. I don't understand how you could actually go at Conte.
So that's what I'm saying. What is the minimum amount of time a manager needs to get these days? What are we saying?
I think 3 years. I think if you look at Arsenal now, Arteta could have got sacked about 8 times. He could have got sacked. They've held firm. Fair play to him. Like when we first started at the podcast, we were kidding. We said he's the first manager to get sacked. We said he's dead.
Done out here.
Dead. It's just a matter of time before he got sacked. And look what's happening now. They're reaping the rewards. So it's just like Fergie, arguably the greatest manager the Premier League's ever seen. In my opinion, in my lifetime, the best manager I've seen. Premier League
after Matt just tried to dig out Fergie like that, I need to know what team he supports.
Back if you're watching, what team do you support? We want to know. We want to know what team you support. But listen, but on another hand, but saying that, it took him 7 years to win?
Who, Fergie?
Yeah. How long did it take Fergie to win? Was it 7 years?
Like 4 years.
Was it 4 years? I thought it was longer.
4 years before he won because he was under pressure, wasn't he? And it took him about 4 years. Never took him 7. No.
Okay, but even four
before he won the League Cup. That was
League Cup. Oh, League Cup. But was it 7 to win the league? I swear it was 7.
It must have been about 5, I'm sure.
Okay. Yeah. Say 5-6 years, to win the league. In this day and age under Man United, to me, that could never happen.
No. Mm-hmm. Not at all.
That could never happen. So I'm saying to myself, like, boy, if you give managers time, you've got to give them free transfer windows. But I just feel because of social media and stuff like this, and even us, everybody's got a voice.
This is what I'm trying to say.
Us, as I'm saying, everyone's got a voice. So everyone's listening. Everyone's got a voice. So it's peak.
It took him 7 seasons, it said. 7 seasons.
Yeah, 7 seasons. Yeah, I said. Yeah, 7 years. So I remember watching it. 7 years. So 7 years to win a league title. In this day and age, hell no, he's got 7 years to win 1 league title. And look, the rest is history.
Well, hold on a minute. But we're talking about, you're talking about a golden era. And he's won 1 in 7. So it's the same.
Yeah, but he's been there over 20 years.
No, I'm talking about Klopp's been there for what? 7, 8 years now?
Yeah.
He's got 1.
He's got 1. Yeah, but you could say Ferguson in 20 years has got 2 Champions Leagues and Klopp's got 1. So it goes around and roundabouts, isn't it? So if he stays for 20 years, he would have to win 3, 4, 5 league titles minimum for him to be at success. So if you look at it, at the trophies he's won, he's basically on the same road as Ferguson. If you're going what he's won in that space of time. But he's never going to win as much, 13, 14 Premier League titles. Never going to do that. That's just a one-off. That will never happen. But I can't see Potter being under pressure. He needs a season at least, but I do think he needs to get top 4. And he needs to get rid of dead wood. And I don't think as well, I think the players that Chelsea have bought, and deep in it, what you were saying last week, talking about how are Chelsea that good. When I was looking at their squad and looking at their team against Arsenal, how many players get into Arsenal's team on film?
Because
I know you did.
And even at the start of the season, I said it's not. I don't look at Chelsea like that. They're not. Who they got? Koulibaly was meant to be, but he hasn't proven to be. So their signing, if you look at their signings alone, Koulibaly, Patrick Aubameyang, like just
Yeah,
finito.
yeah.
Who else did they buy?
They got Koulibaly,
They got
Aubameyang,
Cucurella.
Cucurella.
Having an absolute stinker at the minute.
Yeah, he's not like he's made anybody better.
No, and like you buy Cucurella when you've got Chilwell.
Yeah.
So didn't really make sense. Yeah, I know Chilwell's sort of injury prone. It sort of makes sense now, but 50 million on the sub potentially. Cucurella, can he play in the free? He did at Brighton, but I don't know.
But Brighton's different to Chelsea. It's a different ball game. Play for Brighton. Brighton, when you play for them clubs, there win, lose or draw, it really doesn't matter. But when you're playing
Was
with
that the
pressure,
only signings then? Cucurella, Koulibaly, and Patrick Aubameyang.
Sterling,
That's the one I'm missing.
and Sterling.
Raheem.
Yeah. So
Your signing of the season, yeah, I remember that.
I did pick that. To be fair, I don't think he's been that bad. To be fair, I just think he's been played out of position. I think he's always been a threat. I don't think he's been that bad, but he's definitely not signing the season. But I do believe he needs time. I don't think their squad is that good. I looked at it against Arsenal. I'm looking at the players they got, and I was thinking about only Thiago Silva and maybe Mendy.
Even Thiago Silva now. We're looking at the 39, 40-year-old.
But he's still playing. He's still playing at a high level.
He's still playing at a high level. I get it. But how long can that? Like, should they be relying on Thiago Silva?
No, they shouldn't. They shouldn't. He's their best defender by a mile.
By a mile. Like, I know it's sort of we can look at it in the same light as Ronaldo. Like, should we be relying on Ronaldo at his age? We shouldn't be. But I don't think Ten Hag wants to rely on Ronaldo. It's just because of Martial's injury record that mofo cannot stay fit for love nor money. But it's a difficult one, man. But definitely not under pressure. Top 4.
It's tough. I don't think that squad's great.
Because think about it. Now we've got to accept that Arsenal have to minimum.
Yeah, they're top 4. They're top 4. They go. If they don't get top 4, no, they got top 4.
Oh my lord! So now after you said it, I'm thinking. Now I've seen Newcastle again,
and they keep winning
again by a big score.
They keep winning.
Like, so now you're looking at Arsenal, City, Tottenham, Chelsea, United. Have I said United? Have I said Newcastle?
No, Newcastle.
Have I said yous lot yet?
You know, they're 6.
They're 6, 7 teams.
And 2 spots are available.
Mad.
2 spots are available. Some big teams are not playing Europa next year.
We said the 2 teams in the 7, so 7 teams are vying for 4 places.
I don't think 7 teams are vying for 4 places. I think there's 7 teams vying for 2 places because 2 are taken already. Man City and Arsenal have got it.
Yeah, so then there's 5 teams vying for
2 places. That's mad. So some big team is not making it.
A couple of big teams ain't making it.
They're making it.
So then what happens if they don't make it? You sack them.
It's mad.
So think about it. The 3 that don't make it, you sack them.
So if Ten Hag doesn't make Champions League, he gets sacked.
No, you can't sack him. That's the question I'm asking. This is where we are.
I know that's where we are. I know that's where we are. I think if Liverpool don't get Champions League, you can't sack Klopp because he's got too much money in the bank to be sacked, and we've been screaming for investment, and it's just literally he can say, you know what, I've told you so. Conte doesn't get top 4. I think he leaves. He doesn't get sacked. He will leave.
He can't get sacked. He got him top 4 last year.
Yeah, with basically, I don't know how he done it because he took them over when they were like 6th or 7th. I don't know. Maybe I think top clubs maybe have to have more realistic expectations where they might be out of the Champions League for a year or even 2.
But this is
it feels like that's what I'm saying. It feels like the Liverpools and the Man Uniteds and the Chelseas won't have a divine right of being Champions League football every year. Like you might have to hold Europa for a year or 2 to get back in it, or you might have to win Europa.
Yeah, you have to go that channel.
Yeah, you might have to take Europa seriously because it's getting tougher and tougher. Newcastle are coming, and Newcastle have spent money, but they ain't spent serious money yet, and they're coming. Everyone knows they're coming. Yeah, he's done well.
Fair play to Miggy Almer on bagging again. What is wrong with this
He's
guy?
on fire. He's on fire.
Don't
You know
sign
what?
him up.
You know what, Tobias? I refuse to have him in my fantasy team because I just don't. But this guy is just racking up points, and I'm looking at it. So the second I put Almiron in there, bro, he won't score. He won't score.
He's not going to score at all.
Oh my god, he is flying. But yeah, I don't think he's under pressure. All right, winners and losers. Winning team, losing team, or losing manager, winning manager.
Winners, Arsenal.
Yeah, it's got to be Arsenal.
I throw shade at Arsenal every time I get, but you got to give credit where credit's due. I said if they win that, then you got to accept them as title challengers.
Yeah, they are title challengers.
You got to accept them now. They're there. They're the only hope, really.
They are.
Losers. You know what? Just because I'm going to give it to Ten Hag or United because just naive again. Just naive again. Like we played dead against Real Sociedad, and you play basically the same team bar Rashford for Fernandes on the right. Rashford.
But you know what? You know what killed me?
And you play Garnacho, and then you give Ronaldo the captain's armband. Madness. What is going on here?
What Sancho was sick, innit? Was Sancho sick or ill?
Ill.
Yeah, but I think. But the thing is, I felt it was a bit naivety. You knew Newcastle, Aston Villa were going to come out the traps fast. New manager, new manager bounce. Fans are going to be up for it. You came out like this was going to be some easy work.
Because you played the same team against Real Sociedad to try and not play this playoff game. So you wanted to win that game to not play that playoff game in the Europa. But it backfired because you're going away to Villa. And then you played the same team, like Garnacho. He's a hope. Do you start him against Villa? Do you start him out of position against Villa?
No.
Like Van der Beek, he's just come back from injury. Hasn't played a game for about 3 seasons.
And he's not good enough.
And you start him again. I'm not getting onto that conversation with Van der Beek.
He's not good enough. He's not good. Listen, it's like Naby Keita to buy. Not good enough. Like stop what it is. No, bruv. Stop putting hope on. Listen, Van der Beek is. How long has he been at Man United? About 4 or 5 years.
He's been there about 3 years, 3-4 years now.
It feels about 10. That's how long it feels like. Man's been on loan as well, out on loan.
Well, yeah, but Everton killed himself. But bro, like who else did he play? It was just, and then he's just naive. He's just naive everywhere. Lindelof without Varane, Martinez, and it's just like.
I thought Martinez was good, to be fair. Like he's a warrior. Like
he's a warrior.
He started to grow on me. Like he's the only one who showed a bit of fight. He's the only one who was rattling people, man, elbow deeply on Bailey.
Hold that elbow.
Hold that. He was like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm not used to losing in it. He's got that South American blood in him. I was like, he's a little pit bull. He's a pit bull.
But I just think every time we've lost this season, or majority of the time, and when we lose big.
You do lose big. 3s and 4s. It's mad.
3s, 4s, 5, 6s against City.
Yeah.
Then we lose big. Like what is that about? It's like we're 10 or 2.
Yeah, literally.
Literally. There's no but again, I don't know if it's arrogance from Ten Hag. Is it our squad depth? I think there's an argument for the squad depth because if he has to start with Garnacho, even though, and then you've got to bring on people like Elanga. Yeah. Then there's got to be an argument for squad depth.
Well, I think Elanga's gone backwards because I'll be fuming if Garnacho's coming on ahead of Elanga.
Yeah, Elanga better shut his mouth, to be honest.
Yeah. But I think it's got to be. I think I'll go for Southampton. I know Man United have been. I'll go for Southampton. I think they've just been dire. I thought they'd be better than this, and to get back.
Not with the team that they've had to put together. How many times does Hasselhouten have to build a team there?
Yeah, I feel for him. So he seems to be raided.
How many times does he have to do it?
And I think he's a good manager, to be fair.
I think he's decent, man.
I think he's a good manager.
Obviously, he's been there, 4, 5?
Yeah.
4, 5?
I think Everton need to look at him when they sack Lampard. I think he would be a good manager for them.
But if Frank stays up, they ain't sacking him.
He's getting sacked, bro. It's a matter of time before he gets sacked.
Do you
It's
reckon?
gonna end in tears. Yeah, it's gonna end in tears. He talks a good game. He's not ready. He's been lucky.
Who won the predictions?
Oh yes, I did. I did. I
Why
did.
did I
You
even
know, yeah, I'm on 18 points now. But the thing
Me
is,
and
yeah,
me and 1906 got scumbagged out of
yeah,
a win on the last second. You know,
you got 3 points. You got 3 points. You got 3. Tobias got 3. 1906 got 4. He would have had 7 because Liverpool did win 2-1, and I said no, you can't have it because he put it in. He changed the last minute. He would actually won.
Right, he should.
That's quality. I was dying.
I vote for 1996 to win. So he changed his score legitimately. So
No, he didn't, man.
it did.
The scores were in, bruv. You can't just change.
Nah,
Look at people's
you
score,
can.
and
You can. It's
he put
legitimate.
2-1.
No, you
I
can.
was dying. I was like,
You can't do that.
he actually won. But yeah, I won still,
No, you didn't. So see, this is why I can't take you serious. You didn't win, man.
bruv. It's the
1906 won.
rules. It's the rules. It's the rules, guys. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. See us on Thursday at 10 o'clock. Champions League draw. Liverpool getting Real Madrid. Shock. It's like when we get Napoli. That's a tough one. But I think Real Madrid wouldn't have won us. So everybody back fit.
We're on a two-legged. They take you over one.
Yeah,
one
two-legged. I think they're favourites. They're favourites. But I think if there was a club, yeah, they should
be favourites.
Yeah, of course. They're defending champions. Defending champions. And they know how to win. They always go through. So, but I do feel they would have thought, oh, we don't want that over 2 legs.
I don't know, man. You like even that win against Tottenham second half, you man, shaky, baby.
Yeah. It was literally. If they would have had, yes, there was no need for it. That's the reason, bruv. That's the reason why that Trent won't go to the World Cup.
Of course he would. There's a 55-man squad in it. What's 55-man business about?
There's 55 man. He gets cut down to 26. He's not going, bruv. I don't think he goes. Bruv, he just, to me, don't you think he just like he's put on size? He just looks stiff there. Don't you think he's got hench, bruv?
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
If you look at him like
the dreads weighing him down.
Yeah, bruv, I don't know. Bruv, it might be the dreads. It might be the bruv. He just looks.
Yours not looking after him, bruv. We need to chop them up. Just not doing the job.
As yabbing the swine, he needs to stop it still. But bruv, I just think he just looks a bit stiff.
I know what you mean.
I look at him over the years. He just got bigger and bigger. Now, when I watch him, he can't turn, and he's never. And the thing is, as well, if you're putting on size, at least be strong. You're still getting bullied. So why are you putting on size? He just looks stiff to me.
The telling thing for Trent, bro, is the lack of effort.
Yeah, it's mad.
That's the telling thing for Trent.
Yeah,
it's that total lack of effort. Like I think it was near the end when you went 5 at the back.
Yeah,
I think they had a little chance, but he's just standing there looking.
Yeah.
He just doesn't want to be involved in it.
But even when I think it was towards the end, he was trying to play a counter attack. That's maybe what you're talking about. He was running up the field like his football intelligence when it comes to defending, it's just non-existent. And I believe if Klopp left, he would struggle to play for a team. He struggled to play for Liverpool.
No.
I said Tobias, if Liverpool had Antonio Conte.
He don't play for Conte. That's what I'm saying. You don't play for Conte. Don't forget it.
That's what I'm saying. But I don't think he has the defensive intelligence to play for a top manager. Maybe he plays for Pep because I think Cancelo.
He stopped doing the basics. He stopped doing. He knows how to do these things. This is the frustrating. This is what everyone I think is failing to realize. He knows how to do these things. He's just refusing to do it.
Well,
whether or not he's tired, I don't know. I don't know if that's an excuse, but he doesn't even look like he's coming off the game tired, though.
No,
he looks like he's coming off the game with still stuff left in the tank. Like he's not coming off the pitch like he gave his all.
It's mad. But don't you think, as a footballer, you want to sit down and think, you know what, defensively, I need to get better.
Do you know? Well, you know what? Yeah,
Maybe you're getting paid so much money and you just
it's
don't care in it.
criminal.
Maybe,
Now.
I don't know.
Like how? Like 0, 0, 0 in your bank account every week. Do what
Yeah.
you want. Why do you want to keep playing football?
Yeah,
This is where it's
yeah.
all, this is, unless you want to be elite, why do you want to do it? It just ends up being what it is.
No, I hear you. I hear you. But yeah, I don't think he goes. But we'll talk about it Thursday when we get the England squad announcement. Do you think, one thing before we go, do you think Maddison should go to the World Cup? If it was you.
Go to the World Cup to not to play.
But you could bring him on.
But
he's
then
got
he's not going to take him. We know he's not going to take him. That's not the personality that Gareth goes for. He's not going to take a personality like, especially after what he done with the casino thing.
Yeah, bro. If you're going to put that against him forever, bro.
I know, but Southgate doesn't like characters. He likes robots. Do you know what I mean?
And it feels like he likes players who've come through the England system.
Yeah, because he was the manager of their system.
Yeah, this is system. That's what I'm saying. He looks like he likes that, where Maddison's come from the lower leagues, come from Coventry, went to Norwich, and now he's gone Leicester. I don't think he likes that. Like Ivan Toney. How can you bring Ivan Toney into the squad and not even give him a game? Not even give him 30 minutes. So you're not going to pick him then?
You're not going to play. So what's the point? He struggles to find space. He's struggling to find a space for Foden anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, it's mad, which is mad.
He's struggling for Grealish. Like those type of players are just not in his. Like he needs pace. He needs the Sakas and the Rashford. Sancho is going to be non-existent. Forget it.
Yeah, he needs
those type of players are not. Yeah. You need. He's the English Ole, bro. He just needs pace.
100%. Techie players, he don't know what to do with them. He's not built for them. Because he just feels.
Because that means he's got to keep the ball. If you've got techie players, you've got to keep the ball.
Yeah.
Playing like players like Foden. If you play Foden, James Maddison in the same team, what you got to do? You've got to keep the ball.
You got to keep the ball. Yeah, 100%.
So you've got to implement a style. Is he able to implement a style?
No.
Because I haven't watched England throughout the whole time he's been there and thought, wow.
Yeah, they're playing it. You can see their pattern of play.
Yeah.
They don't have a pattern of play.
It's still the same.
It's big England still playing formations to suit certain teams, which is mad. Where I don't see Brazil or Argentina or France or Germany going to certain formations just to combat or suit the team they're playing against. They're going to play their way and they're going to impose themselves on their way.
These tournaments, anyone's though.
Yeah, anyone's.
Yeah,
100%.
Would you be surprised if you wouldn't be surprised if Argentina, France, Brazil, and Portugal, even Italy, even England?
Well, no, I don't think England.
They get to the latter stages.
Yeah. So you wouldn't be shocked. It's anybody's. But yeah, we'll talk about that Thursday anyway. So guys, make sure you like, comment, subscribe to the channel. We'll be back on Thursday at 10 o'clock. Last word, Tobias.
Where the hell's Frenchie gone again, bro? Come with his dead technical issues and then disappears can't take him serious.
Oh mate, FSG the sell up, man, so he can get some real owners.
FSG in, bro.
We are Real Talk Football TV. We are out.